Kia ora! In the last webinar, we showed you how our tamariki's bodies react to stress, and later we'll show you some ways to help them and you deal with it. But first, let's see some of the science of what's going on inside. We are going into the brain. Just like an adult brain, a child's brain is made up of 4 parts. There's the cortex, which is where we do all of our thinking and learning. This is the logical part of our brain, and only humans have it. There's the limbic system, which is in charge of our feelings. Some animals, like dogs, have a limbic system too. Our midbrain controls movement, and finally there is the brainstem. The brainstem is where our deepest instincts lurk, the fight, flight, fright, or freeze reactions. It's sometimes called your reptile brain. And when your little ones are acting from it, they can't control their emotions or choose things logically. To do that, they'd have to think, which is what the brainstem can't do. When our children are stressed, they act from the brainstem. They're on high alert and ready to react to anything that seems like danger in one of 4 ways. Fight, where they yell or kick or punch or throw things. Flight, where they run away. Freeze, where they withdraw or become like a deer in the headlights. Or fright, where they get uncomfortable in new environments and jump at noises or movement. Remember, they really can't listen to what you tell them because their cortex, or thinking brain, is switched off. They need your help to calm down before they can start thinking again. There are 2 stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline goes into our bodies quickly and gives us a burst of energy. Cortisol is slow release and stays in our bodies for a long time, which is why someone can seem calm but get set off again by something small, like trying to talk to them. They're still full of stress hormones. Luckily, our brains make an antidote to cortisol called oxytocin. Oxytocin makes it easier to get along with people, it strengthens relationships, builds attachments, improves social skills, and makes people more generous. It also reduces cravings and helps us to sleep. Oxytocin is released when we interact with our tamariki, giving them hugs, smiles, and cuddles. The whole process forms a cycle which stress scientists call the escalation cycle. Your child starts off calm and everything is fine, then something happens that bothers them, a trigger, and they start to feel funny. This is when the adrenaline is released. If they can't calm down then, they move on to the next stage. Rage. They get angry and shift from their thinking brain to their reptile brain. Rage isn't the only response here. They may withdraw or break down. Whatever their reaction, it is automatic. Our children can't control it. This is where the cortisol is released, and it's a lot harder to get back to being calm. The next stage is recovery, where things start to go back to normal, but the stress hormones are still there. It's not until all of the cortisol is gone that they return to being properly calm. Sometimes our tamariki won't be able to get to this final stage on their own. In later webinars, we'll give you some tips on how to help them get there and on how to prevent them from getting to that rage stage in the first place. Join us next time for Struggling with Stress.